Hey, this is David Hollands, the co-writer and director of Tremble. And here with me today is Brendan Nichols. And who did you play in the movie, Brendan?
I played the devil, or the evil spirit.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a really enjoyable project. It was kind of a surprise. Matt, the producer of the film, actually contacted me and said, would you like to be a part of this project? And the motivation being I could drink all the beer I wanted and that we would ramp trucks off of hills.
He promised you trucks ramming off...
Yeah, he said we would spend most of the time being drunk and ramping trucks off hills, both of which were not true for me.
Right, yeah. See, he doesn't tell me these things.
Yeah.
He told me that he... What he said was, oh yeah, no, like I pitched Brendan the movie by saying, oh yeah, no, we'll be able to come to the cottage. He did say the drinking part, which was to be expected.
Yeah.
But he didn't say anything about like ramming trucks.
Ramping.
Or ramping. Sorry, not ramming.
We'd be
ramping
dukes of hazarding it off a ledge of some sort.
Yeah, so that certainly did not happen. And so no, go ahead.
And I was very I was flattered. I was like, Matt, I didn't know I did acting, that I trained to be an actor and all that. He's like, oh no, we needed a tall guy to stand there and say nothing. So, you can get as wasted as you want, just don't fall over. And I was like, wow, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I'll put it this way, not how I would have pitched the movie, but that's why Matt is who he is and why we love him so much.
I mean, it got me on board, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, you weren't here for any of this. This is, all of this was actually shot where we're recording this commentary right now, at my place in Toronto.
Yeah.
So that is, actually, this is the basement. Right now we're recording this commentary, only it's rearranged to look like it's owned by a guy who doesn't exactly have all of his shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've never forgotten anything in my life, okay?
And that, of course, is Andrew playing James.
Yeah.
And a lot of that's actually his stuff, too. Including this flashlight. Like, this flashlight was introduced, or that was the flashlight that we used later in the movie that happened to be at his farmhouse.
Oh, yes.
And so we decided when we were shooting this scene, it'll be just a little bit better if we were to set up this flashlight here. So we came up with this thing where he's trying to use it, and then he doesn't, he's clumsy, so he doesn't quite, he just shines it in his own face. Hilarious.
Yeah.
The height of comedy. And this is Serena, who plays Mary. The story behind how we cast Serena and also her partner Sam in the movie. So just so you know, the couples are, even though James and Mary are the couple in the movie, the actress Serena is partners with Sam. And the original idea was to, or at least the one that Matt wanted, was that Sam and Serena would play James and Mary.
Yeah. I recall that.
Yeah, and I kind of, and since it was Andrew's cottage, or since it was Andrew's farmhouse, I wanted to be diplomatic about it and say, well, I mean, Andrew wanted to play the lead role, James, and he's letting us use his farmhouse, so
this is totally reasonable.
So shut the fuck up, Matt. And but not just that. I'm only being half serious here. It's also because I wanted there to be a really awkward dynamic between James and Mary.
Yes.
So that you get the sense that their relationship
is strained.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Now, there are some moments here and there in the movie. You're going to see one later when they're all kind of gathered in the living room, partying it up,
Yes.
Where
Matt is a dedicated method actor.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. So we'll talk more about that when we get to the scene, because there are some hilarious stories about that scene. But yeah, so later on, there are moments where, some minor moments where Mary and James are a little affectionate with each other, just to give a hint that things weren't exactly always this way.
Yeah.
But also to try to convey that that this relationship was kind of doomed from the start, because these people are incompatible.
They were never meant to mesh, and yet here we are.
Exactly. So we shot this scene out in Holland Landing.
Here's my question. There was a lot of fear about doing it. I remember that. There was like the concept of we might get in trouble because we weren't supposed to be there. Need some help with the air?
Clearly.
It's broken. Whose idea was the accent? Was the accent my idea or your idea?
I can't remember. It wasn't in the script that he has an accent. Actually, this character wasn't in the script either. Okay, so the way that the first week of shooting didn't exactly go as planned.
Yeah.
There was, because of transportation issues getting to the location, which is out in Southgate, Ontario. we, well, you didn't have a lot to do that first weekend except kind of, well, like you said, stand around.
Like, wait until I'm used, yeah.
Yeah, which wasn't how I wanted it to go. So we came up with this to give you something more to do.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But as it turns out, it ended up being really, I think it ended up working quite well, because it kind of, it's the trope of the gas station attendant. In this case, not a gas station attendant. It's literally just an attendant. Yeah. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it's awkward from the start, because when have you ever seen an attendant just buy an air pump?
Never.
For tires.
Ever.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know if it works. I mean, to me, in my own mind, it was to, that there's give a sense that there's something off, kind of right from the start, and also like spoilers for those who haven't seen the movie. And if you haven't seen the movie, what are you doing watching the commentary first?
Yeah.
But the attendant is supposed to be the devil. Like,
yeah.
And I think that's at least I thought that was fairly clear. Although I think some of our cast and also some people who watched the movie didn't quite make that connection, which is also fine. That's also totally cool.
I have to say, the location was certainly creepy. I mean, we were in a low population area that's, I would argue, Mennonite country.
Yes.
And then there's this farmhouse, which has electricity, but not much else, and it's on a slant, and it's a little dilapidated, and I think, no, this is a organ harvesting scam, and this is where they brought me to take my organs.
Yes, exactly. So fortunately, there were people who you knew. Well, there was one person that you knew kind of well in the production, Matt.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, like, obviously Matt wouldn't harvest your organs.
I wouldn't put it past him. He needs a liver.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Look to the left. That's the camera hanging on the wall. That's the camera that Andrew used to film all the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, interesting.
So, now, that's not an issue because you don't know what it is, except I just told you what it was.
Yeah,
so now you're
course.
never going to be able to see it any other way.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem with train spotting and commentaries. I can't resist doing it, but then it's just going to ruin things for people watching the movie later.
I think it makes it more fun, personally.
That's another way to look at it, for sure. Absolutely. Now, okay, the way that this looks, by the way, we did very little to set dress. The way that this place looks, all the stuff was already there, including the lights that are hanging out of the... just the fixtures that are kind of just hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
At least as I understand it, the story behind that is that Andrew's dad, like this is Andrew's family farmhouse, in case I haven't mentioned this before, and apparently his dad has a habit of starting like projects, renovation projects around the house, but taking a while to do them because he's not there every single weekend. And we were shooting in one of the bedrooms later on in our schedule. And I found an old picture in one of the drawers, and it was an old family picture of Andrew with his with his sister and their parent and his parents. And at the top of the picture, you could see a light fixture hanging down. So even for like some 15 years ago, those light fixtures were still dangling from the ceiling like that.
I mean, having spent 2 weekends 1 year apart, nearly. I can concur.
Yeah. And to give you an idea, by the way, of how humid it was in that place, when it was
cooler outside, as I recall.
Oh, it was much cooler outside, but inside, though, it tended to feel really muggy because there's no central air inside the place.
No vents, no breathable space. Windows didn't open either, I don't think.
No, they didn't. In fact, they were, as I recall, some of them were actually nailed shut, which is,
why?
Disconcerting, no?
Yeah, exactly. It added to this whole narrative in my brain, like, oh, I could die this weekend.
Yes, exactly. That is a comment that I do get whenever this film is screened with an audience. Someone will inevitably bring up how the location looks, and they'll ask me where the hell did you find that place? Like, did you make it look the way that it does, or how much of that was already the location as it was when you arrived there, and so on. So it does make an impression for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. For those watching, that is actually real beer.
Yes.
That would be consumed.
yes, that was, in fact, like all of the, all like the chips, the beer, all the stuff that they have, that's just the stuff that we bought to sustain ourselves for the shoot.
Yeah. It's something that makes me very happy is watching Sam and Matt interact as a couple, because they are, in fact, cousins, and it's just very uncomfortable for everyone involved. And I hope it's as uncomfortable for all of you watching now that you know that they are in fact cousins. Because I'll be honest, I'll have to ask Matt
why this had to be like why they had to be a gay couple, but I don't know. It's that was something that that was something that he had in his treatment, and it's something that I honored when I wrote the script.
Well, as you brought up before, when we were entered into that Christian film festival, like perhaps like we could make the argument that we're being progressive, or we could make the argument that they're going to be murdered by Satan, so therefore like you're on the side of an Orthodox Christian God, you know?
Yeah, which was not the
not the intent.
No, it's not the intent. That's not what I was going for. But that being said, yeah. If you're of that mindset, I can see how you can look at this as some kind of like a really regressive, like just a really regressive, punitive kind of horror film. You know.
I also like that shot, that landscape shot.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Funny story about that. So, those shots, the Tremble premiered for the very first time in September of 2018 at the Carlton Cinema in Toronto. And those shots, those drone shots, weren't in the original version. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think the lead up to arriving at the cottage was also far quicker, and it wasn't nearly as ominous.
Yes.
Those drone shots actually come from my friend and producing partner Boris, who wasn't involved with this film, but he and I have done projects together. We shot a feature-length film out of Georgina, Ontario, called Destination Bad City. Mm-hmm. But he was, he was using those shots for something else that he was working on. And he just said, "Yeah, you can use those."
Yes.
And so right before the film had its second premiere, or not only premiere, but second screening at the Carlton Cinema in October the next month. By then, like right at the last minute, I inserted those shots in, and I which I think really adds to it. And the film itself was shot the farmhouse. We shot all these scenes in Southgate, Ontario. That drone footage was shot in places like... It was shot in Georgina, Ontario, and I believe in Pefferlaw. So all the drone shots in the movie, it's either from Georgina and Pefferlaw, which is quite far away from Southgate.
Yeah.
So... Well, and yet it looks like it could very well literally be...
It looks like you could have grabbed it out of a Twilight movie, you know?
Exactly.
Like that level of production.
Yes.
What's the level of insight that you have on this party scene here?
Well, Matt's really drinking. I think that's the...
Well, for sure. I mean, actually, most people are really drinking in this scene, but he's one of the few who... Through the many scenes that we did, because we did 5 or 6, he would replenish his stock, as opposed to some people were like they put it up to their lips, they'd have like a little dribble and then put it back down.
Exactly. That's what Madeline does, who plays Jolie in the movie. That's because she's got
sourpuss or something, right?
Yeah.
And so she just like does the action of putting it up and then putting it down.
And then I just make sure in editing not to hold on it for too long, so you realize that she's not drinking anything, right? So we shot this scene, and then the scenes coming up where Ted is kind of wandering around the property. Those were after this, and Matt was at that point tired and drunk. So he's already kind of there in this scene, which works wonderfully for the scene. This is terrible. We have to say good things about him. Like this is.
I mean, he did. He helped write this. He helped bring us together. He's good at drinking.
He's good at drinking.
Just some fresh.
I like.
I'll come with you. It's gorgeous.
I respect him. I think he did good work.
Oh no, absolutely. Like it.
It's just fun to make fun of him.
Yeah, this is just good-natured ribbing, I guess.
I think that's on you, honey. We're having a moment here.
Yeah, you see you see 2 water bottles there. That's a fucking lie. There was no water consumed in this scene.
Also, I've noticed because we've actually gone way past the scene, but when you pan over originally when they're walking to the party scene, you see me in the background.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I completely forgot.
Most people miss that. I've actually had to point that out to several people, and they go back and they go, "Oh, snap! There you were."
Excellent.
Yeah.
No, that shot, by the way, it happened completely by accident because again, I was feeling really bad about shooting all this stuff, and you hadn't done anything yet. So so we were doing some tests. Just to see how your costume would look before we went to shoot the party scene. And you just happened to be standing under the light, and the exposure was such that you ended up being a silhouette, so I thought, oh, that has to be in the movie. And then I forget who came up with the idea of having him in the background when Maddie kind of walks from the kitchen into the living room, but whoever that was,
it was a good idea.
It was a good idea. I think that... I don't know if it was me. I don't think it was. I think it may have actually been Maddie. Although, but then again, like I said, whoever actually had that idea, thank you.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. And
like
I love... Actually, Boris's partner, Laura, who saw the movie for the second time at the Carlton Cinema. No, sorry, for the second time at a screening in Peterborough. She was one of the ones who actually noticed the devil the second time she saw the movie in the background.
Oh, interesting.
And she said, I got a nice scare, like second scare out of that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how I knew it was probably gonna play. Most people probably wouldn't see it because your eye is not directed there. It's only if you happen to be looking there that you're going to spot the devil, you know?
As I recall, my costume was sort of improvised on the fly.
It was. Yes.
I don't remember. Like, I feel like there were parts of it that we added to while we were there. Like, we found
yeah, yeah.
I don't remember what it originally was supposed to be, but it ended up being a black pair of pants, like kind of dressy slacks, some like a black jean jacket thing, like a black dress jean jacket, and like that was too small, so it didn't look like a jean jacket. It just looked like a shirt. Yeah. And then a cowboy hat. And I don't remember where we got the cowboy hat, and I think we got the shirt there at the house.
The shirt we did find at the location. And the hat, I believe Madeline supplied the hat.
Oh, okay.
So, Madeline Richer, by the way, plays Jolie in the film. She also did our makeup, and she also provided some of our costumes, like the hat and some other props and stuff. Oh, this scene, by this point, by the way... Oh, yeah, sorry, so I forgot. So, before we shot the other stuff with Ted wandering around, we shot this.
Yeah.
And by this point, I was already really pissed off. So I was kind of...
Mildly frustrated, we'll put it.
Okay, mildly frustrated, yes. Only because...
Come on!
Like Matt kept... Like what you just heard. Like this. Like Matt kept improvising things. It works wonderfully in the movie, but when I'm on... Like the night of, and I'm exhausted, I just want to get everything...
It's already like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, your first appearance as the devil is coming.
Yeah,
oh, no, well, I mean, technically second, I guess.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed the devil in the hallway, there he is. And I love how if the projector or the screen, however you're watching the movie, if it's properly calibrated, so if it's bright enough, it actually looks like in that shot that the tree is growing out of you almost, and that gets a really nice reaction. And all this stuff with the barn, that's basically just, it's Maddie and Andrew off camera to the right and left with LED lights just, cranking up the lights. This film the lighting was done very, very cheaply. We had one or two floods for the exterior.
And a gel, like one yellow gel?
A big yellow gel for the floods to create this look here. And then I had, I think, 3 LED lights. One of which actually... The second week that we shot, it was the scene where Mary almost finds James smoking out front of the property. In that scene, there was a gust of wind, and the light on the tripod fell over and broke. So I had to order more. But then Madeline had her dad super glue the light back together. So then I had 3 again by the end of the shoot, which worked.
Yeah,
I still made do with 2 though.
Yeah, you did a lot with very little.
That was good.
They were powerful lights.
Okay, so now we have Demon Sam.
I suppose this is a good idea, isn't it?
Oh, Demon Rick, rather, I guess, since if we're going by the character. I'm going to go back and forth between calling these people Rick and
it was about
Sam, their characters' names versus the... My apologies, I'm not going to be able to help it.
Cheat on him and all that.
This, I love this because I wrote the scene as it is because I didn't want Matt's character to just be a caricature of something, I wanted... this character who was, full of like bravado and.
Frankly, it just comes off to me as Matt. Like having spent a lot of time with the man myself, like it feels like the character either he just decides to play himself or it's written for him to be himself, and it.
I admit I did write certain characters because I knew who was going to be playing them.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Okay, have you guys seen
Ted? Wait, hold on. How is Rick there? How is Rick both there and outside with Ted at the same time? Oh no! Oddly enough, I think that people don't quite get that. I've been in screenings where nobody seems to realize, or they think that Rick did something with Ted and then came up.
Yeah,
so they don't
I think it's a little lost at times.
Yeah. But hey, either one I'm actually fine with because it keeps the mystery alive. Oh, okay. So funny story about this. So You may notice something missing in this scene. The mirror. She's doing her makeup without a mirror there. Another detail that I love, that just happened to be the case, because I wrote the script having seen the location, the mirror was there, and then when we showed up, it was gone for some reason, and we never found that mirror again.
Yeah.
Originally, you were supposed to, that old horror trope where you were supposed to show up in the mirror or show up walking by the mirror.
Oh, of course, yes.
And I kind of like that.
The idea of someone being in a trance and that they don't realize that there's no reflection in order to do their makeup.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that idea too.
And I also like the idea that it's an oral cue rather than a visual one, because it kind of slightly avoided possibly avoided a cliche with the with the monster in the mirror. Even if it was a slight variation. I think this personally is. I really do like how this particular scene came out, because especially because the way that Madeline just happened to position herself. By the way, we didn't have marks on the ground. What we would do is we didn't use tape. We just kind of put an object where you would kind of sort of maybe want it to be.
Yeah.
It was very improvisational that way, and Madeline just happened to in these two particular takes just happened to kneel down right in the light, so she gets like a nice glint.
Oh
in
yeah.
front of her face,
Oh yeah.
So
for the picture scene, because we're coming up to that very soon,
yes.
where we're doing the ritualistic burning of the picture. How were you motivated to pick that one particular photo of you in like grade 10 or wherever?
I don't have too many pictures of me, and after I finish this, I'll tell a story about this shot right here. But first of all, I'll finish with the picture. It was a picture that I found that I have plenty of, so just burning that one won't mean that I won't have that copy of the picture anymore.
See that? I was wondering.
Yeah, no, that's the primary reason, just because it's the picture that I had that was most obviously me, where I looked fairly good in it. There's a little bit of vanity there too, I'm not going to lie.
Is that the upstairs bedroom?
Yes, it is.
Because that would be the one that I shared with Andrew while we were staying there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Oh, so about that earlier shot where Rick or Sam, whatever, fuck you, where he's leaving the house. As I was setting that shot up, I heard an animal, some kind of animal, possibly a dog, panting right behind me.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yes, and it sounded like it was right behind me, so I immediately just turned around and just froze in place. And the way that the place is set up, you don't quite see it, but it's like where the driveway ends, then it's just basically trees, it's foliage. And so I couldn't quite see beyond a certain point into the woods. And Andrew explained to me that because of the way that
there's no buildings, there's no sound reflection.
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
It just carries forever.
Exactly, yeah. So, and then later on that evening, we were also outside shooting stuff. I heard someone calling, and like way off, probably in the next property over, which is at least the length of a few blocks, right?
Yeah.
Someone was calling, Max.
It was terrifying.
So it's just, I hope that was Max. I'm going to believe it was Max.
Yes.
And Max probably wasn't even close by me, like you said. He was probably just, further down into the woods.
Something is seriously wrong here.
Yeah, you don't say.
We have to.
A little bit of high comedy there.
Yeah.
Brought the house down, huge laughs.
Ted, is that you? What about Ted and Rick?
I don't. Shit. We have to find them. I think she's coming back.
One call.
I had a lot of fun with this one shot of the candle. I kept, coming back to it, reversing it, doing, strange optical focusing effects with it and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Oh, and here we... Yes!
Mary, what is this? Mary.
I like the focal point of the candle. It really shows the occult side.
Yeah. No, and those were Maddie's candles, and we had to be careful. I think we had plenty of replacement candles so that as they burned down, continuity wouldn't be an issue, right? Oh yeah, see that shot, by the way, of your eyes, that was taken. So all the stuff where you're coming out from behind the tree, I think that was all the last day of shooting that we did, I believe, or the last night of shooting. And that close up, which I used several times in different contexts in the movie, it's a close-up outside where you're standing right there by the house. And I love how it came out where you see the glint in the eye from the lights. I thought, that looks appropriately evil. I will use that shot many times in the movie.
Yeah, I liked it as well.
What are you?
I'm what you need the most.
So this, all of this stuff, by the way, was shot in the middle of the afternoon. We just
darken the windows with like trash bags.
Yeah, basically garbage bags, and then taped them up, and then I made sure to underexpose to give a sense of that it was night. And I think there's only a few shots here and there where if you're looking in the background, you can kind of see that, like either like a yellow strip of tape or maybe a touch of light coming in.
Yes.
Yeah. Now this is your voice that has been manipulated.
Yes.
And I know that you did have a comment, and I actually do agree upon reflection, is that it would have also been good if we had the more kind of a more obviously sort of sexy, enticing side of the devil, you know. And I do agree. I think that was a missed opportunity.
I do like a seductive devil, I'll say that.
No, absolutely. And I do too. I guess I just, you know, given the shooting schedule, it just didn't occur to me, because we were going so fast, right? It just didn't occur to me or anybody to have that idea at the time. But that's Andrew's hand, not
I actually really, I like that sound effect. That
Oh, yeah?
That tendril,
that
wet sound.
Okay, at the screening in Peterborough, someone asked me about that sound.
Yeah.
And they were horrified by my answer because
It's a mouth sound, right?
Yeah, I put a microphone right up to my mouth, so that's me.
Yeah.
And I just made like the like that sound.
Oh.
And the thing is, I think that always the sound usually gets a great reaction because I think it actually does almost feel like someone's like with their tongue right in your ear or something.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like getting a wet willy. It just makes
exactly.
my hair stand up.
It reminds of all those horrifying moments from childhood. You know. Oh, here we go. So this basement, it's a lot smaller in real life than it looks here. I'm just using wide-angle lenses and some like very kind of specific like a very kind of specific shooting plan. So it looks like one room is actually doubles as 2 or 3 rooms and so on. So.
Well, when we shoot me in the basement, I'm a tall person. I'm like 6'7", 6'8". So,
yes.
So we had to find space where I stood in between the blocks because I would just smack my head immediately. So I'm actually a little bit hunched.
Yeah.
And my knees are bent a little. Not that you can tell, but I'm squatting mildly so you can. So it doesn't look like the devil doesn't fit in the room.
Exactly. I am not. I mean, I am not as tall as you, but I am fairly tall. I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
And so that basement. And again, it doesn't look that way because Sam is a touch shorter than we are. So he's like when he stands up, he's not hitting the fucking rafters, you know. So for me, I had to keep the shot list for the day in my head as we were shooting all of this stuff, and also where each character is supposed to be, depending on what the scene is, right? And I also had to worry about never, standing up quickly if I was hunched over.
Yes.
Because I would most certainly bang my head on one of the rafters.
Yes.
Or turning suddenly and walking into a light bulb,
Yeah.
Which almost did happen. And I did, in fact, bang my head one time. There's a picture that Andrew took where that has happened, and I hunched back over in pain. And when Andrew took the picture, I blurred because the shutter wasn't quite catching me.
Yeah.
And so I looked like basically like Quasimodo.
I remember that.
It looked like I had a massive hunchback, and my face was contorted in pain, but it was out of focus. So I look like the monster in the basement.
I actually love how this scene turned out.
Oh, yeah?
Admittedly, I thought it would be kind of corny, but I think it turns out very strong.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Right here, favorite part of the movie. Right here.
Oh, right, yeah. Bam! This also gets a great reaction in screenings because
I think it's the moment where, as the audience, you realize, oh, we're not going like this doesn't turn out well. There's no happy ending to this.
No, certainly, yeah. It's kind of like if you know your horror films, and you're kind of seeing where things, where the film is, how the film is progressing. This is probably the moment where you may realize that not only is there no hope for him, who arguably has the worst death in the movie.
I mean, he's the kindest, most thoughtful person, and he's done the most injustice. So, yeah.
That was a touch deliberate on my part, I admit, because I like being a manipulative bastard.
Of course.
I don't know what I ever saw in you.
Yeah. I mean, really, none of these characters deserve what's... Oh, well, I mean, depending on, I suppose, your personal politics, maybe you could say that Jolie deserves what's coming to her, but...
Perhaps. I don't know. What... I don't know how you can make that argument.
No, that's why I said depending... Like, based on... From my perspective, no. I actually think of Jolie very sympathetically, because I know that she's... she's dealing with a lot of trauma in her life as a result of her brother... Not only her brother committing suicide, but her mom also. We learned that she's died too.
True.
I can see how that would... and especially if you've internalized the guilt that you feel about your brother's death, I can understand how...
Because I don't move, I don't talk in this movie... we experimented with like hand gestures and stuff because like there's only so many ways to express yourself.
Exactly.
I would like I like that little hand thing there, but I wish I had thought of more ways in which to express myself because I'm kind of a silent monolith for the most part.
Yes, that's true. I think you express yourself very well coming up at the end of this scene, though.
Oh, okay. I'll admit I don't remember where it's coming.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, awesome. All right. So this was the very last scene that we shot. And this is me as Paul.
Yeah, this is a terrifying scene.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say any more about me being in this, because I'm always embarrassed about myself being on camera. But in any case, so...
We were short bodies, and you did a good job.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like that, short bodies. It's a good... It's a good way to put it, given the genre that we're in,
Yeah.
But one of the shots where we see of you, it's the two shot where Jolie is looking. It almost looks like she's looking up at the devil, yet the devil is almost smaller than she is.
Yeah.
That I loved finding ways to play with the optics of each shot to make you look either too big, like oddly too big, or too small, depending on the scenario.
What was necessary.
Exactly, yeah. So she, in that shot that I'm referring to, she's actually sitting down in a chair, and you're just standing straight up a little, like maybe several feet away from her. So yeah.
It was all your fault, Jolie. Everything I was feeling.
How did you do the score?
The score, it's primarily I grabbed licensed. I licensed tracks off of sort of. There you go. That's what I was referring to. The moment where I briefly become you and.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You cover her mouth. I licensed tracks off of various, websites that provide that service, and then I just kind of manipulated them and so on to create the soundtrack. We didn't actually have a composer on this movie, so it's primarily just.
You are the composer.
I'm the arranger, I guess.
Yeah.
Like basically.
Create the arraignment.
Yes.
Ah.
Now I do like this turn in the movie because up until now, arguably, Jolie has. We haven't had the clearest protagonist, but arguably Jolie maybe fits most closely to that because she's the one kind of driving the story up to this point.
Yeah.
And then when it shifts over to James, now he's... Well, we don't know yet what's going on, but or hopefully we don't know yet what's going on. But there's a sense that James is now... He's becoming a touch more macho, a touch more, overtly...
Masculine?
Well, I didn't necessarily want to use the... But yeah.
Assertive, aggressive?
Assertive, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So more, like, I guess... Well, I don't want to say traditionally, but I guess more stereotypically masculine maybe is the right way to express it. I don't know.
In terms of like a film sense, sure, where it's like, let's get things done.
Exactly, yes. Of course, it's a fake out because what's actually happening is he's being convinced to lead Mary to her death.
Yeah.
So there's the flashlight that comes back, and again, all this stuff was shot before, so we just did a little bit of a. Just wanted to telegraph that flashlight so it didn't seem like it's coming out of nowhere, right, in the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not essential to this. It's not essential to the story that we do that, but it's just a nice little detail that doesn't seem like the moment is too contrived. At least that was the intention.
I would argue for the role of protagonist that up until the point and when he dies, Rick is the protagonist because he's had the most character development that you can identify with, and then we just cycle through characters who have development left until they are they can't be cycled through.
Yeah, that could work too, I guess. Yeah. Now, I can't remember. No, that's right. You weren't...
I wasn't present for this.
Yeah, you weren't present for this scene. So, basically, this is us in borderline freezing weather.
Yeah. It was November?
October, I believe.
Okay.
And so, basically, after every shot, we're were there with coats, keeping each other warm.
Yeah.
And keeping Maddie, of course, warm was the hardest because she's, she can't come down after every shot, right?
The shivering in shock is actually real.
Yeah. So we had to be very careful about that noose around her neck too, of course. Now that's so those are your eyes from the
basement, yeah.
From the basement. But then that hand was Sam, who was wearing the gloves,
I'll admit, because for whatever reason, I feel like in this one particular instance, our eyes look very similar, because I thought you took my eyes from that shot and made it your logo for, I can't, Acro-Kolepsi.
Oh, Acro-Kolepsi, my company? Yeah. The Acro-Kolepsi, I don't know what my thing with eyes is, but I don't know.
Windows to the soul, I suppose.
I'm an auteur, but it's like, no, the logo for my company, Acro-Kolepsi Pictures, it's my eye, and then I've just, processed it a series of times, reversed the image, done a number of things to make it look the way that it does.
We sacrifice all of you for him. I got what
I really love the makeup that Maddie came up with for this, because it's, she designed it so that it would look like the part, like where the barbed wire is.
Yeah.
It looks like the skin is almost, raw around that area.
Yeah.
I think that comes up very effectively. Also, the fact that you see, I mean, I think anyway, you might think differently, but I think you see just enough of it that it doesn't look like it's material and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do agree.
And there's more of, and that's also for the viewer too. I mean, that's up to you to decide. But this was also really fun because I also love the makeup that she did for Sam's eyes here, because
Is he dragging blood on the floor there?
he's not, but it looks a little like it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun manipulating all the voices. Probably a bit too much fun. But
If you're not having fun, why are you doing it?
exactly, yeah. And the sound of him crawling, that's more of me with my tongue up against the...
Oh, gross.
Yep.
But effective.
Yep, absolutely. Now, originally, when Mary goes to the closet here, Matt's body was supposed to fall out.
Yeah.
But because of certain circumstances, Matt had to leave early, the weekend that he was shooting.
Oh, yes, I recall.
Yes, that's right. So we had to cut that part out of the script. I think it's fine, because you hear his voice later as one of the voices that's sort of trying to guilt her into coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like all projects, it's a shame we just didn't have a little bit more time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That being said, I am very happy with the results, and I really have very little
I
regrets
am
about how I was
wildly
thinking
impressed with the outcome.
that. Oh, thank you.
You can do anything if you just put your...
Oh, by the way, so all the scenes of Mary here in the closet was there was no room in the closet because Andrew refused to have us take any of his stuff out of the closet. So no, sorry, it wasn't his stuff; it was his mom's stuff. So I guess okay, fine, whatever. Fair enough. So
Yeah.
we had to fake a closet. So we went to the bathroom and we grabbed some coats and just kind of, and so Mary or Serena, no, sorry, not Serena. Like Andrew and I think Sam, they're standing just out of camera holding coats and stuff above her head so that it looks like a closet. And then because the door opens the opposite, from the opposite side as the closet, I just had to optically flip the shot to make it look like it was in fact the closet door.
Very clever.
Yep. Oh, I guess everything's okay. Yep. Good one over evil. Yay, we can all go home,
We
everybody.
can all go home.
Now, I'm actually kind of surprised. At screenings that I've been to, this twist coming up genuinely does seem to get people. I don't know. I'm sure, people who are, very familiar with horror can probably see, James's betrayal coming, but
Yeah, I
it
think
still gets a very nice reaction. I don't know.
I think your casual horror viewer feels as if things work out in the end because they watch stuff like The Conjuring and
Oh yeah, where love in fact does win.
yeah, no one dies and everything works out in the end.
Yes,
and personally, like when you see Rick get stabbed, that for me as an audience viewer is when you're like, oh, we are not coming back from this. Permanent decisions have been made.
I think I should mention that the original treatment that Matt wrote, we came up with this with the basic idea for this, not ultimately how it turned out, but we wanted to do a film with the devil.
Yeah.
And we came up with this idea when we were in high school, and it was originally supposed to take place in Matt's hometown of Stittsville. And we actually shot some footage of him just walking around Stittsville, making the place look creepy, which at the time was not that hard to do. Sorry, Stittsville. But it's gentrified now, so everything's okay. Da 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 da. But anyway, so Matt's treatment did have most of this as it plays out, but without this kind of moment where, or without the motivation that Jolie has to summon the devil. And I don't believe that Jolie actually summons the devil either in the original treatment. I added that because I wanted to try to push, not only push the the actual visceral horror of the movie, but the emotional and psychological horror as well. So you didn't give any of these characters an easy way out,
Yeah.
It's like in the scene where Jolie successfully calls Paul back, and then he says, "Oh no, it was your fault that I killed myself." You
get no reward.
You get no. Yeah,
Goodbye.
exactly.
Thank you for playing.
Your reward is eternal damnation. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There is no door number 2.
Be prepared to be in the worst time out of your whole existence.
Yep. And there you have it. All right.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's great. Oh, all of the crunching effects that you hear in the movie, by the way, that is me. It's a combination of me. I think. Yeah. I was.
Sounds like lettuce or like celery.
I was snapping chicken bones.
Oh.
Because I ordered wings one night from Pizza Hut, and because there was some kind of special, and I finished them and I was about to throw them out, and then I just stared at this bowl of chicken bones for a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Not sure why I was doing so, and then I realized what the back of my mind was telling me. I must use these to create the effects.
Yeah.
For the next snaps.
I mean, when your budget...
I am a genius!
You are.
I'm sorry.
I mean, when your budget is a shoebox, you gotta
Yeah.
use creativity to get through the cracks.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about the production?
I enjoyed being part of it. I hope I get to work with you again in the future, hopefully with some speaking lines.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
Yeah, cool. I'm really glad. I am really glad that you enjoyed myself. That you enjoyed myself. That you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, something that I do try to do. I mean, as stressful as film production can be, especially film production on virtually no budget, I do try my best to create as positive an atmosphere that I can.
Certainly.
And I certainly hope that everybody who worked on the production did feel that. Even if there were periods where, they were waiting around to do things, or there were maybe frustrating moments that...
I think this is the first moment I realized my name is The Figure. I don't
Yes.
think I knew that.
That's, it's kind of that's a bit of a play off of how Michael Myers is credited in the original Halloween.
How so?
He's called, there is an actor in the end credits for the original Halloween who plays Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But that's the Michael Myers that, when he gets his mask ripped off. The Nick Castle, who plays Michael Myers throughout most of the movie, is credited as the Shape.
Okay.
And I like that. So instead of saying, Brendan Nichols, Devil, or Brendan Nichols, the Devil, I like calling you the Figure.
Yeah, I like the ambiguity of it.
And I will say, just to go back briefly to the costuming, I like the way that it ended up coming out, because it looks oddly enough like a Quaker almost, strangely, with the hat.
Absolutely.
It's a very bizarre pastiche, but I think
it's apropos considering we're in Mennonite country.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those subconscious things where conventionally we've come to associate, and this applies to us during the production where we weren't thinking, oh yeah, we'll make him look like a Quaker or a Mennonite or something. It just intuitively is what looks
just
best
fell into
to us,
place. Yeah.
Haha! I put all this writing up there so you can't sue us. Checkmate.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for.
Do you have to announce that no animals were harmed when no animals are on screen?
Just to be safe.
Sure.
Just
Why not?
to be safe.
Sure.
Exactly.
We had horses pull our car there, so.
Exactly. Maybe the real animals were us.
Well, thank you for that.